Welcome again to Frostland Survivor Man. I am the Frostman, and the person who's causing all the problems today and making us have to go home early is Joey.
I forgot I scheduled myself to work today, so we got a short episode today, but an important one.
I would say it's important too because I didn't know this about you. My assumption is that everybody out there can do everything I can do, and things that are natural for me are natural for everybody.
Yep.
So why don't you tell everybody what it is that we were talking about and what you want me to do today?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to haul the sawmill back home so we can do some custom projects next week. And one of the things that is common sense to Frostman, but not to the rest of us, is how to tow a trailer. The Subi doesn't even have a trailer hitch on it. It's not a skill I possess. So we're going to go over some of the basics on how to hook up a trailer safely, some of the tricks that are going to make not only you getting your haul back down there safely, but make it safe on the road for other people. We always see idiots driving down the road, unsafe loads, driving too fast. We're going to go over some of the basics for safety for everyone.
Guarantee you that everybody there has seen the same thing, where there's a guy pulling a trailer, he's moving his entire life, 2 dinette sets, sectional sofa, 4 dogs, and the last thing that's going through your mind is that bar stool going to be the last thing that ever goes through my mind? So the benefit of tying down a load right, making sure it's balanced, checking your hubs, these are all things that I was taught that I thought
second nature to
everybody was
hauls
taught
a lot.
Other aspect that's different about pulling the sawmill than is different about pulling any other trailer is the carriage moves.
Correct. We have to secure that.
So when we pull this out of here, we want everything to be tied down perfectly tight, buttoned up really good. And the other thing about pulling a trailer is, you know, I have had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the last year, 4 people ask me if I could drive a U-Haul trailer somewhere for them because they can't pull it themselves.
Right.
Which, while it blows my mind, it's becoming a little more normal to me that not everybody can pull a trailer. And Joey and I are always talking about be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Even if you're a college age girl, knowing how to pull a trailer is going to be beneficial for you. Just think 5-10 years in the future when you're married and you have 2.38 children, the average American family, right?
Right.
You're going to have to move.
Bigger house.
You're not going to live your whole life in the same house. You're going to move. It's really cool to have you, okay, college girl, transferred now, mother, wife, being in that position, saying, I know how to do this. It's always better to be part of the solution than be part of the problem.
Let's get at it. Let's put our hands on it.
Let's put our hands on it. Okay, so now that we got it in position, there's a couple of things to show you. First, this is the ball hitch. Okay, the hitch goes on top of the ball. Underneath of here is a little fork. And Joey's going to get you some video of that little fork underneath there. And that's what actually holds the trailer hitch to the ball. On the hitch itself will be the size, it will be written, and on the ball it will be written. Here's the problem. These things hang out outside for a long time and they rust. But I happen to know this is a 2-inch hitch. It needs a 2-inch ball. Hitch receiver, hitch, and this is the hitch adapter because this bigger truck has a bigger hitch. But I wasn't going to buy a whole new one of these just to be able to use this hitch. So the next thing we got to do, Joey and I are going to have to lean on it a little bit, pull it forward, and get the ball on there. They have to be able to see that, because that's one of the things that makes me crazy about YouTube videos is when you don't get to see that part. So if I do this number and I back the truck up a little more,
then it'll just drop right on it.
Yeah.
Good. Now,
is it too far now?
Nope, that's perfect.
Move it ahead?
Perfect.
Okay.
A little bit of a shift to your right, and it'll go right on there. Boom.
You got it?
Yep, perfect. And then you have to make sure that handle clips, that fork goes around the base of it. That's what keeps it from popping up when you're driving.
Okay, now to make this whole prospect a little bit easier, we're going to roll the carriage ahead. And this was one thing that I noticed as soon as I jumped in the truck. When you're hooking up a trailer, it's so much better to have somebody to help you. Eyes on the hitch, eyes on the trailer, tremendous benefit. And the most important thing that you need to know is what is the signal for stop. So before you start backing up, no matter who your person is, Joey and I, stop. Okay, so you can see we've got the sawmill pulled onto level ground. Level ground always helps with the trailer. It always helps securing a load. One of the things, and I'll continue to reiterate this as long as I live, whenever you can have help, two people are always better, okay? One of the best things about working with Joey is working with Joey. I'm not here alone. I always have that second pair of hands. However, there are times in your life where you will have to use the backup camera, where you will have to do this by yourself. And one of the most difficult things about putting a ratchet strap on a load is making sure that your loose end stays hooked where you want it, while you go around to the ratchet end and try to torque it down. I'm going to show you a little trick. Come a little closer here, Joey. Let's get a good view for them. Okay. I have a metal hook, and actually one of my other tricks will work for putting this up, but just for the sake of illustration, I'm going to show you this. Okay, I have a whole bunch of these little magnets in my truck pocket. If I put that magnet on where I want to put this hook, the magnet is just enough to hold the hook while I go around the trailer and torque the strap.
Perfect.
I like that feel. I like that feel of absolutely no wobble whatsoever.
There's one thing I've learned with working with Frostland Survivor, man. You can never have your load secured down enough. Only takes 5 minutes to put another ratchet strap down, but it takes about a half an hour to fill out the police paperwork if we dump this on the highway. Go.
Okay, one thing that I've taught my children, and that I want them to do always, is, at least I think I taught my children this, I want you to hook the trailer up all the way or not at all. Never just hook it to the ball hitch. If I'm moving a trailer, even in my yard, I hook it up all the way. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is I can test everything to make sure it still works. Everything is still functional. Number two is it never hurts to be safe. Like Joey said, okay, it takes 5 minutes to throw on an extra ratchet strap, but what happens if this bounces off down the highway and kills somebody? That'll be the rest of my life. So that's why we secure loads. That's why we make sure everything works. So the first thing is we put our ball hitch on. We want to secure the ball hitch so it can't come apart. And the way that I do that is with this nifty little piece of wire. That cannot come undone anymore. The next item up is going to be your trailer lights. This truck has both sets adapted for the trailer lights. So it has the 4 flat and it has the 7-prong round. And it also has the 7-prong round up in the box, in the bed of the truck, for when I pull a gooseneck. Next thing is your safety chains. And the one thing that I want to make sure that I say out loud right now to everybody is cross your safety chains when you put them on. Okay, and you can see that I have clevises on here. And the reason I have clevises on here is because a lot of the standard safety chain systems won't hook every safety chain, but the clevises will. So when you're whipping down the highway...
So by crossing it, he means that there's an X here rather than just going straight to each one.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Do you know what it is?
You're going to tell us.
Okay, if the ball pops off and the trailer goes down, it lands on those cross chains and it can still ride without hitting the ground. If, in this situation especially, if I don't cross the chains and the ball pops off, it's going to hit the ground and it's going to catapult.
We don't want that.
Which we don't want doing. That's also why in the back here, when Joey put up the feet, Joey put them backwards instead of forwards. If it falls down, it drags. if it falls down that way, it catapults. It will catch and it will flip it over. Okay, so now our next item is to make sure we don't have any loose items left on the trailer. And on the sawmill, it's the dogs for holding the logs on the mill. So we'll put those in the back of the truck. Now comes the last part. We've made sure our load is secure. We're ready to go. Most of the new vehicles now, most of the new trucks now have trailer mirrors and they're adjustable. So you bring this wing up and you can see a lot more of your trailer. All right, so inside the truck here, we're going to start the truck. And on this Dodge, right down here, is your tow haul mode. You're going to press that button so that it's lit. There are some that have them up here on the shifter. Chevy did that for a while. But most automatic vehicles now, if they're a 3/4 ton or bigger, they're going to have a tow haul. I hope you all realize that I am all sweaty and Joey is not. His head is not glistening at all. So when I make comments in future videos about isn't it nice seeing Joey do all the work, remember today when I did all the work.
Not always. Till next time, get out there, put your boots on, get your boots dirty and your hands dirty.
Okay, Joey, we're about ready to hit the open highway. We'll pull it up. We'll check it again on the road, and we'll see you from the cab.
Sounds great. Way